Hello everybody, happy Monday. Jillian here, the dietitian and entrepreneur, and I usually come on here and talk about all things healthy and weight management related and natural health related. And given that tomorrow is a holiday, I wanted to talk a little bit about that and give you some healthy pointers. But before I even talk about that, I wanted to remind you that, excuse me, that it's just one day. And the good thing about this year is July 4th happens to be on a Tuesday. So for many of you, if you're like my husband, he had to go to work today, and then he'll have tomorrow off, and then he'll have to go back to work on Wednesday through Friday. And so it's really just a little hiccup in the week for him. Sometimes if it's on a Monday or a Friday, it becomes this whole weekend event. And then for some of you, you actually are lucky enough to get Saturday through Tuesday off. So it kind of is a whole weekend or event. But it's not really like the holidays with Christmas and Thanksgiving where it's just 6-week eating unhealthy event and we kind of put it off until January hits. This is really kind of a little stint. And so the thing that I really want to remind you of is that if you look at it as really just kind of this temporary thing, it's not that critical that you get stressed out about it and freak out about how you're going to eat and think that if you mess up or you eat really unhealthy or go really off track with your eating healthy plans, that all is going to go through the wind, caution is going to be thrown to the wind, and you're going to have to, start over in a couple of weeks from now. Because if you do that, then that's going to be like any other eating plan or diet that you ever been on, where you fell off track and you let that keep you off track for a long time until you realize that you reversed all the hard work that you've already been on. So that's the first thing, is that if you really want to just not worry about it, that's okay. Just remember that when you wake up Wednesday morning, that you get back on track. And chances are whatever happened will reverse itself without you even thinking about it. I've talked about that green zone of your weight. If you're within 0 to 3 pounds of your normal weight, then chances are you're not going to have to do anything or give it a second thought. You're just going to have to go back to what your normal routine is. If you're between 4 and 5 pounds of your normal weight, then you know what happened. It was probably this 5-day weekend that you had just a great time for Independence Day. I know I have neighbors that are doing it because they've been lighting fireworks every night since Friday. Then you know what happened. Successful weight maintainers know what happened when they gain 4 or 5 pounds or more, but they get back on track and they realize that it's going to take them a good week or two to get it off. So here is some tips though, if you don't want to get off track at all, but you still want to enjoy the holiday. This is the holiday that we tend to grill out, and there's a lot of really healthy, really good recipes and things that you can do when you grill out. So you can do grilled kebabs, chicken, shrimp. Even if you did steak, you could still do sirloin, and that's still lean. Vegetables are really good when they're grilled because it tends to bring out the flavor of them more. Same thing with fruit. You might not even think about fruit because we tend to just eat fruit raw. But if you grill fruit, it could be a really nice unexpected side dish or even a dessert. So think like pineapple, plums, peaches. It tends to caramelize them a little bit, so then you get a nice flavor and something that you don't normally have all year. If you want to make a dessert, this is a time of year where berries are in season and they fit perfectly with the holiday because they're typically red and blue. So we can make really festive desserts with blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. And if you want to get something white that's kind of dessert-like, you could do angel food cake, which is not that high in calorie, even if you got the real stuff that wasn't sugar-free. You could do the Cool Whip, which even if you did fat-free, sugar-free, even if you did regular, and if you eat it in small amounts, there's not a lot of calories to it. So you could, have that and you still have a really good dessert that isn't really going to add a whole lot to your day. Watermelon, of course, red. So there you go. And then the last thing would be if you wanted just a little festive drink, you could do sparkling water, and then you could infuse it with fruit. So if you didn't want to have, Declan's saying hi. If you didn't want to have, just your typical water, you could use seltzer water and put some lime in it. You could put berries in it, and then you could do. Say hi, Declan. He's been a little housebound today. You could even put frozen berries in it, and it would make a nice little treat instead of just drinking your normal stuff. So hopefully you found that helpful. I hope you all have a great 4th tomorrow, and I know we'll be having fun. My husband will be home tomorrow, and I'll be keeping these little guys busy. And I will talk to you guys next time. Happy Independence Day.